Alright, so I wanted to go through my number ones real quick. I got about 6 of them this week, and you know, nothing real spectacular this week that I thought was just awesome. Um, I read The Kitchen, which I was real surprised by. Um, I wasn't expecting a whole lot from this book, and it was actually pretty good. Reminded me a lot of like a female Goodfellas, and you know, I'm really interested to see where this might go in the future. Uh, a common thing this week that I saw was that there are a lot of inkers and colorists that are main artists on these number ones this week. Uh, Ming Doyle um was part of a History Channel one-shot Vikings that you know I probably should check out because I really kind of like some of the artists that were on this stuff this week. Uh, but this book was pretty good. It's a mob story, a little bit like Goodfellas. This first issue was kind of like the slow parts in Goodfellas, followed by like Joe Pesci, punching somebody out, and it was pretty enjoyable. Uh, I read Django Zorro by Quentin Tarantino and Matt Wagner. Um, all I know about this book is that the whole time that I was reading this, I was wondering why it was that Matt Wagner wasn't doing the art on this. There were some really good fight scenes in this, and Matt Wagner does awesome fight scenes. Not to say that the Poles guy that did this didn't do a great job on the art. The art was great. The coloring on this was really, really good. Brendan Wagner, I'm wondering whether or not that's Matt Wagner's brother or something. But Brendan Wagner did the coloring on this. It was really good. I really like this J. Lee cover. I always like J. Lee covers. Read Superior Iron Man, number one. Not having read any Iron Man previously, um, you know, I wasn't lost in this story. I get the gist of what Iron Man is. Um, my only question was whether or not is Pepper always such a hard ass on him. Um, you know, I thought that he had a good idea. Granted, I would be a supervillain if I had superpowers, but I thought that he had a really good idea. And yeah, I don't want to pick up Marvel titles. I particularly don't want to pick up Iron Man, but it's funny to me that Marvel seems to be putting artists on their superhero titles that I really want to pick up. I really want to pick up Thor because of the fact that Jason Aaron's writing Thor, and I picked this up because of the fact that Tom Taylor's writing this. Um, you know, it was pretty good considering that he's putting out 2 issues of Injustice a month. I thought that story was really well thought out. Um, I read Drifter. Um, Once again, History Channel's Viking. Uh, Ian Branson wrote that Viking story. Um, this was pretty good. I don't read Copperhead, so I don't have anything to really compare it to other than like Serenity. And I mean, I thought this was a pretty good story. Uh, Nick Klein's art had its moments that it was really good. I don't generally like his art, so but I mean I don't really like X-Men, so it's to be expected. But I really thought that this book was pretty good. Um, Once again, it was nothing that was just awesome that I can't wait for the next issue. It was pretty good. I didn't think it was as good as Roche Limit, but I read Deep State by Justin Jordan. Once again, uh, Kristen Tina was the artist on the Vikings series from the History Channel. Um, this book was pretty good. It wasn't reinventing the wheel. It's basically X-Files uh, meets Men in Black. Uh, I thought I thought it had some interesting points. Uh, I really did like the art in this. I really liked the line work and the hair on this. I like the panel layouts and everything that's going on. Um, it had a good twist, I thought, at the end. But, you know, I did think that it stepped away from one thing that makes the Men in Black or X-Files good, which is that you kind of have a skeptic or somebody that's not really up to speed on everything that is helping out with the investigations, because this girl in this book kind of seemed like she was up to speed with what was going on, and just being introduced to what was going on. She seemed a little too qualified to be part of this team. But, you know, I mean, it was entertaining, and you know, I'm probably partial once again because of the fact that I like Justin Jordan, but you know, pretty good. The only thing that I didn't really like this week was Resurrectionist by Dark Horse. This book was really confusing, which was odd to me because of the fact there was so much plot in this book. They had so much going on. I felt like this book was yelling at me the whole time because of the fact that there was all this bold, capitalized lettering all over the place, like in the middle of conversation. It made it really hard to read. I put this book down 3 times. I actually picked it up first, and then I put it down, and then I read Deep State. And then I picked it up again, and I read it for a minute, and then I put it down, and I read Drifter. And then I picked it up again, and finally finished reading it. It was a really, really hard read for me. I'm interested in, it's a really interesting concept to me of what's going on, but I'm going to pick up the next issue, and unless the next issue is just, man, amazing, this is not going to be a series that I read at all. But I'm willing to give it at least a second issue to see where it goes, because, you know, it is an ongoing Dark Horse series. It's only $3.50, so, you know, I'm curious. But anyway, that's about all I got to say about that, and I'll get off here and get back to reading some comics.